You feel a dull internal resistance every time you consider walking away from something that's clearly no longer serving you. It's not just indecision. It's the ghost of a hidden mechanism at work. That quiet exhaustion you carry. The one that whispers about an inexplicable difficulty leaving a job that drains you, a project that stalls, or even a relationship that offers diminishing returns. Rationally, that staying is detrimental. Yet, a silent, invisible force pins you in place, whispering that you're too deep to quit. This pervasive feeling, this internal drag, is not an accident of psychology or a personal failing. It is a predictable, engineered outcome of how modern systems are designed to operate, and it is a critical blocker in an accelerating world where every second of wasted potential compounds. The truth is that invisible pull isn't indecision. It's a carefully laid trap. For decades, we've been taught to categorize this internal resistance as a sunk cost fallacy, a simple, benign cognitive error where past investment irrationally dictates future choices. The narrative positions it as a flaw in human reasoning, a quaint quirk of our psychology. But this is a head fake. This isn't merely a flaw. It's the feature. The sunk cost fallacy is not a bug in your operating system. It is a deliberate architectural control pattern. It's a sophisticated retention strategy, deployed not by accident, but by design. Across industries, within organizations, and even in personal dynamics, this mechanism is architected to keep you compliant, to keep you investing, and to make your exit exponentially more difficult than it should ever be. The question isn't why you feel this way, but who built the system to ensure you would go. Think about it. Every loyalty program, every subscription model that charges monthly, every career path with a vesting schedule, every project where you're asked to just push a little longer. These are not accidental structures. These systems engineer your compliance by forcing incremental investments. They demand your time. They extract your emotional labor. They siphon your identity, not in one crushing blow, but in a series of tiny, almost imperceptible deposits. Each small investment, each additional hour, each concession of personal bandwidth adds another invisible tether. The more you pour into it, the tighter the grip becomes. The system isn't just taking your resources, it's building a web around your perceived equity in the machine itself. And this web is designed to ensure that a strategic exit feels less like a necessary upgrade and more like an impossible failure. This mechanism reveals its true nature when you hear that ubiquitous phrase, "But we've come so far." This isn't an argument for progress. It's the sound of a closing trap. This statement is a deliberate trigger designed to activate your pre-programmed loyalty. It bypasses rational evaluation of the current situation and instead weaponizes your past efforts against your present best interest. It's a verbal anchor, dragging you back to an imagined future that was supposed to materialize from your previous investments. Every time you hear it, understand it as a command, not a consideration. It's an attempt to disarm your critical thinking and prevent any objective assessment of the ongoing extraction. They don't want you to calculate the true present cost. They want you to cling to the memory of an effort that is already spent. The deeper trap within this engineered loyalty is how it exploits your self-identity. It doesn't just bind you with past resources. It frames abandonment as a personal failure, rather than a tactical recalibration. Leaving isn't presented as a strategic move to optimize your future, but as a betrayal of effort, a mark of weakness, or even worse, an admission that you gave up. This weaponization of your self-perception is precise. It makes you responsible for the system's shortcomings, internalizing its failures as your own. You become convinced that GG are the problem if the mechanism isn't working, not the mechanism itself. This psychological leverage ensures that even when the system is clearly failing you, you remain anchored, believing that walking away equates to a profound personal defeat. But the true defeat isn't leaving. It's staying when the cost has shifted from investment to active depletion. This brings us to a critical distinction. The true cost of staying is not simply the past investment you've made, but the ongoing daily extraction of your finite attention, energy, and agency in the now. The system has already consumed your past deposits. Those resources are gone. What it continues to demand, however, is far more insidious. It's the daily drain on your cognitive bandwidth, the slow erosion of your emotional reserves, and the constant siphoning of your capacity to make sovereign choices. This isn't a historical ledger. It's a real-time burn rate. Every day you remain tethered to a failing system, you are actively losing irreplaceable fragments of your present. The problem isn't what you have sunk. It's what you are wide still sinking right now as you listen to this. In an accelerating present, these are not abstract concepts. Your attention, fragmented by endless notifications and manufactured urgency, is a currency. Your energy, depleted by manufactured compliance and emotional labor, is a non-renewable resource. Your agency, chipped away by systems that demand obedience over autonomy, is the foundation of your future. Each day this continues. You are not simply maintaining. You are losing critical windows of opportunity for growth, for innovation, for genuine connection, and for building a life aligned with your actual value. The system banks on your inertia, on the exhaustion that prevents you from calculating this ongoing bleeding. It wants you to feel trapped, because a trapped asset is a compliant asset. It demands your most precious, unrecoverable resources, not for your benefit, but for its own perpetuation. The weight of all that past investment, the internal narrative of how far you've come, is designed to overwhelm any clear-eyed assessment of your current position. The system wants you calculating only what you've already lost by potentially walking away. It pushes you to dwell on an unrecoverable past. But this is a misdirection. That calculation is irrelevant to your present and future. What matters is the active hemorrhage of your vital resources, happening right now in this moment. The solution isn't to simply move on from sunk costs in a psychological sense, but to gain a tactical lens that reestablishes your agency. You need a method to bypass the emotional anchors they've installed and quantify the actual measurable cost of your continued participation. Your exhaustion is not a personal weakness. It is the direct result of a system designed to extract and retain you, framing any departure as a catastrophic personal failure. But this engineered loyalty can be dismantled. The mechanism, once exposed, loses its power. Delaying this reevaluation isn't benign. It's a critical, ongoing expenditure of resources that you can never reclaim. You are not trapped by your past investments, but by the ongoing costs you are still incurring in the present. What if there was a way to concretely calculate that ongoing bleed, to measure what you are still losing, and arm yourself with a precise countermeasure? What if the key to unlocking your future isn't about letting go of what's already gone, but about stopping what's still being taken? Delaying this reevaluation isn't a neutral act. It carries a heavy, ongoing cost you may not be calculating. That pervasive phrase, "but we've come so far," is not a sentimental observation. It is a programmed trigger. Its function is to short-circuit any rational assessment of your present situation by activating a pre-installed loyalty designed to prevent you from seeing the continuous drain. It exploits the deeply human desire for completion, for meaning and effort. When that trigger fires, your brain prioritizes the past investment over the present reality, masking the ongoing extraction of your finite resources. This is how the system keeps you bound, not by chains, but by a distorted internal accounting. The deeper trap of this mechanism lies in its exploitation of your self-identity. It frames any thought of abandonment not as a strategic recalibration, but as a personal failure. You internalize the system's agenda, believing that to walk away means admitting weakness, squandering effort, or betraying an unspoken contract. This engineered narrative tells you that your worth is tied to your endurance, to how much more you can tolerate. This isn't resilience. This is manufactured compliance. It's a subtle but relentless pressure that makes the idea of a tactical withdrawal feel like a collapse of character, rather than a necessary move to protect your dwindling capacity. Your exhaustion isn't a badge of honor. It's a signal of ongoing system failure. But this engineered loyalty can be dismantled. The tool for this is the exit cost reframe. This is not about cataloging what you have already poured into a failing system. That past investment is already gone. You cannot recover it. The exit cost reframe shifts your focus entirely. It forces you to quantify, with clinical precision, what you are still losing by staying. It is a forward-looking calculus, designed to expose the active extraction points and the compounding debt on your most critical resources. This reframe provides a clear tactical lens to identify how much more of your life the system intends to consume if you remain locked in its orbit. To execute the exit cost reframe, you must quantify the present drain. First, calculate the active attention drain. How many hours per day or week are consumed by this system, even when you're not physically engaged? The mental overhead, the rumination, the dread. Second, the energy extraction. Measure the physical and emotional fatigue directly attributable to staying. What capacity is being depleted that you cannot replenish? Third, the opportunity cost. What are you not doing? Not building, not a building, becoming because this system consumes your present. Every day you spend in this holding pattern is a day you cannot spend building your escape architecture or investing in a viable alternative. This isn't abstract. It's a measurable hemorrhage of your finite lifespan. This reframe isn't an exercise in regret. It's an urgent tactical assessment. When you quantify the present attention drain, the energy extraction, and the lost opportunities, the ledger shifts dramatically. The supposed investment keeping you tethered is exposed as a daily, aggressive levy. The mechanism relies on you feeling the vague weight of the past, rather than the sharp incision of the present. This calculation gives you specific data. It allows you to see the real-time consumption of your life force. You become an auditor of your own existence, able to identify precisely where your irreplaceable resources are still being siphoned, making the choice to leave a clear strategic imperative, not an emotional capitulation. You are not quitting or giving up when you execute this reframe. You are performing a tactical withdrawal from an unsustainable extraction loop. This is about reclaiming sovereign decision-making. The system thrives on your default compliance, on your inability to name the mechanism. Once you quantify the exit cost, what you are still losing, you transform from a trapped participant into a strategic operator. You arm yourself with data. You see that your ongoing loyalty is less about commitment and more about an active drain you are now consciously allowing. The narrative of personal failure dissolves under the weight of quantifiable daily resource depletion. This is not about what you lost in the past. It's about what you refuse to lose in the future. The time to run this calculation is now. Every hour you delay this reevaluation is another hour of irreplaceable attention, energy, and agency surrender. Do not allow the phantom weight of past investment to blind you to the accelerating drain of the present. Take out a pen, open a blank document, calculate your exit cost, quantify what you are still losing by staying. This isn't just about escape, it's about re-establishing your capacity to build. Your exhaustion is a prompt. Your agency is waiting. The mechanism has been exposed. Now, take the first step towards dismantling it. Your next move determines what resources you have left to deploy.